YouTube, a platform where you can create any content of your liking. So I've been on YouTube with this channel for over a year now, which is exciting, but I've been on YouTube for longer than that for other channels, which is linking down below. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is the fact that YouTubers are hiring filmmakers to make their content for them. I'm making this video because Poudii made a video a while back ago saying some YouTubers are hiring filmmakers to make their videos. And for some of y'all may not know, I actually worked for a YouTuber for almost about 8 months now. Yeah, there's a lot to look into and I want to talk more things about it. So I'm going to go ahead and put right on the side what we're going to be talking about today, about how it got started, the first step of us getting started, how we developed the workflow, the work schedules, their style of filmmaking, the greatest experiences, and also the worst experiences. Wagwan everyone, my name is Tyski, and if you're new to my channel, I'm a content creator, filmmaker, YouTuber, all that fun stuff, and if you're about that, feel free to scroll through my channel to see if there is anything that benefits you. But otherwise than that, let me tell you all about how it was when I started working for a YouTuber. So this YouTuber has a little background of filmmaking, but he's more of a comedian, so he's been doing more comedic stuff. If you've seen this show, Eric Andre, it's very similar to that. This style of filming is really just the aspects of filmmaking and comedians putting their content together and making fun stuff.
I can't do this with a straight face. I'm so glad I'm inside the car because I'll be laughing way too hard. This is so much going on, y'all. This is the easiest job I've ever had.
So I want to talk about how this all even started. Quarantine started roughly around March. I was working at a restaurant. Everyone was let go. Next thing you know, we were all jobless. Roughly around August is where I was contacted by this YouTuber, and he said that he liked my content and he was interested into my filmmaking aspects of how I film. We decided to link up and talk about and do what we can for his content. Now, this is how we developed the workflow. Now, the first week was very slow. It was more sample videos. We tested some things out, see what we can do, and then we just kind of worked around and like, okay, this is how we do the shoots and all that stuff, etc. Then we got ourselves to the work schedule. We either start at 11, we either start at 12, we even start at 1 or 2 p.m. I was always notified 2 to 3 hours before prior then. That's not really for me. The last part was learning the style of filming. What do you look in for your type of videos? I just had to ask these questions because I just needed to know what this YouTuber really wanted for their content. So now let's talk about finalization of everything. I would edit his videos. We're picking the best highlights, what's the most appealing, and what's the most funniest clips to ever put in. Because we're both editing on Final Cut Pro, there's a way that you can put specifically a timeline from a hard drive and transfer that timeline to another hard drive so that person can edit off that hard drive with that same timeline. Once I was done with the edit, he finished the edits himself, and there you go. So here's where everything really came together. It's the fact that we've been filming for about 2 weeks now. He would direct majority of the stuff, and there's times where I have creative say of what's gonna help a visual look better for what he's trying to go for. So now I want to talk about the greatest experiences and also the worst experiences. For every time that we went somewhere, I would always be paid for. If we're traveling, I'm always being covered, whether if it's in flight, drive, or anything else. Food was always covered. If there's something family related that I had to go to, oh yeah, the YouTuber would just tell me, do your thing, man. I appreciate that. Not other than family, but I have clients. Some days I had to take off because I needed to shoot a music video for a client. And as long as he was aware, then everything was good. For any fun, crazy adventure that we did, we always spend at least 30 minutes off camera to do it as the fun thing that we want to do. So we went wakeboarding, and that was literally the first time I've ever went. Mentally thinking, I have to think we're still working, getting shots and editing. So that was that. 30 minutes before ending the day, we decided to cut off the cameras and just enjoy the time, vibe out, and have fun. The last thing about greatest experience was just connecting and meeting new creators. Now, let me talk about the worst experience about working with a YouTuber. Plenty of times where work has just been overlapping. Once one video was done, there's already 2 videos ready to be edited. And sometimes as there's 3 videos that need to be edited, we're already making a 4th video, which is blowing my mind. And it turned out to be a lot of work.
Dang, you can read all those that fast?
Ty gonna know what to cut out. Making content today. We're in Vegas. It's actually pretty cold. Getting some last B-rolls. And I just literally stand here not needing to do anything but just film. We're about to film some content at the beach straight after Vegas. That's crazy. So far, I'm a little tired. I'm skidding around. They're bicycling around. And I'm just honestly like trying to film and get some footage at the same time while riding my powerboard.
Like I said, it was mainly me being on call, so when I wake up in the morning, which was roughly about 10 o'clock, I'll never know if I'm gonna work that day or if I'm gonna have the day off. The second thing is, we started late, literally 85% of the time. If we start at 2 o'clock, we won't really go out and shoot until almost 5 o'clock. Next worst thing is some days can be planned big and be canceled all in total. So we tried this video idea where we want to go couch surfing. This video got canceled about 5 different times. We would start work, spend the 2 hours trying to figure out who we can gather to do this couch surfing thing. It's 6 o'clock, gets super late, people are canceling. The next day, cancel, cancel, cancel. And it really put me into that perspective of, why can't you set this up before I arrived there? Just a side note that's a little bit not relative, every other job that I've ever had was less than 10 miles and I was okay with that. And I was kind of used to that, so 22 miles is kind of a lot for work, but that's just me. The next worst thing was I would never be notified if it's gonna be an editing day or a filming day. Sometimes I show up at his crib and he's just looking like he's not ready to go out. I'm thinking this must be an editing day. And if so, I just look back and say I could have stayed home and edit. It wasn't always necessary for me to be at his house to edit. Worst experience about the paying methods. Now, to me, I felt as if he abused the paying methods. We made an agreement that I'm supposed to be paid X amount of money for bi-weekly. And depending on how we shoot, for some reason, some prices were knocked off per day, but it was never consistency. And that was one thing I can say was very negative for me. Now, when you watch Peter McKinnon's video, who's the editor? This guy, his name is Kurt.
What do you think, Kirk?
I don't know. Let's see if it'll work right now.
I think
Oh,
it
look,
did.
it did.
I
Yeah.
think it did.
How I know that? How do you know that? Is because Peter actually credited Kurt. You watch Matty Hapoya's video, and then you think, who is his editor? Matthew, but now it's his brother. You watch YC Imaging's video, and who's filming his content? His homie Ryan. You know that because he also gets credited. Throughout this whole list of videos that I created, and yes, I created this amount of list of videos for this YouTuber, here are the main clips that you only see me in for split seconds. That's very short, and you can tell I was never credited. The weirdest thing that I also found about working with this YouTuber is he really kept me to himself, which sounds entirely weird itself, but let me explain. Every time another creator that knows him sees me as the camera guy, they know his work, therefore they know that I can do his type of work. And it seems like for every time I try to talk to another creator that he knows, he's over here telling me to come over, and then he'll talk to me about something entirely random that has nothing to do with what we're doing. He's afraid himself that I'm gonna spill the information on how to get these shots that he gets. But that's not the case. I'm just here to build myself with more creators because that's what I want to do. This experience was also another worse one, considering the fact that every time he's posted a video, he'd put down in the description that he was the one that edited the video. That's not accurately true. I'm the one that actually edits the video first, and he's the one that edits and spices it up second. But the fact that this YouTuber took full credibility of the hard work that I put in really makes no sense. Here's the thing that can tick you off on top of that. Any person that was in the edit along with him, he would credit them in. Yeah, not ideal. Now that's pretty much all my experiences with working with a YouTuber. And if you feel as if you can work for a YouTuber, with all means, take that opportunity. But just make sure you go in and you yourself create a contract for the YouTuber that you need to specify how you work. And with that being said, I made a poll on my Instagram, what's the experience about working for a YouTuber? And here's what I got so far. The homie Quentin, is it fun as how it looks? There's a lot of things that go into the fun, crazy experiences when you work for a YouTuber. The problem is you just never see the things that are struggling. But when you see the fun stuff, trust me, it's really fun. Are they different in real life than how they present themselves to be perceived? Well, for this YouTuber that I worked with, he seems to be originally himself throughout what you see in the videos. videos. Now, there are some moments that I actually seen personally that's never captured in video, and it is entirely different than what you see of how he is as a person, but for the most part, the way how he is in his videos is how he is in person. Tranny Films. Is the YouTuber you work for very controlling in terms of the video, or do you have full creative control? So this was more like a 70-30. He would have 70% say of what he wants to do in the control in his videos, and I would have 30% say and give him reference of what could be best and all that stuff, etc. Or to even give him suggestions of a video, and we actually did those videos. Ellie Wade, how do you come up with your content? I'm pretty sure you're referring to the content with that YouTuber, but he really puts everything down in notes. He does trendy videos and just gets inspired by other YouTubers that possibly have already done something already. Will I work with this YouTuber again? Probably not. He's cool and all, and I got no beef with him really, but we really did end off in a weird ass term. I felt as if the last time I saw him was literally gonna be the last time I'm gonna hear from him. Problem is, he's done this plenty of times. I never asked this question, but I'm pretty sure he did this with this last filmmaker. Like, if you didn't want to work anymore, why didn't you just let me know? Before I go, I want to say for each and all of these videos that I'm scrolling through right now, I'm taking credit that I did all of these hard work. That was all done by me, and these shots wouldn't have been as possible by me. And if you do see these videos, go ahead and comment down below my Instagram tag, which is right here, Tyski Ty, because I deserve the credit that should be rightfully mine. With that being said, I hope this video was very educational for you if you're planning on working for a YouTuber. And I hope this video was also entertaining for you if you plan to work with a YouTuber in the future, or if you're gonna hire somebody. If you like this video, like the video, and if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. It's totally up to you. Make it do what it is, what it doesn't, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.